Hey, my name is PolishLynx, who has his cheats through the walls hacks unlocked, of course, and well, let's continue with 1000 stories. Probably because of the happy atmosphere, Lucy walks around enthusiastically, bringing me up to speed on everything that's happened to her these past few weeks, mostly tests and her future. I nod and give her short answers from time to time. Once we reach the field, she goes to look for Ziva. I'm pretty sure that Lucy is the one with the largest point score from the shooter survival competition. Then one of the volunteers comes over to me and offers me a bottle of water, so cold that it's obvious she made sure not to take it out of the freezer until just now. Congratulations on surviving through the competition, CR, of what seemed to be luck more than anything. I see you are as direct and brutally honest as ever, Claire. Telling the truth is one of my strong points. Claire tilts her head and smiles, yet quickly flashes a sad expression across her face that I'm sure only I notice. It might have been thanks to Ausse and Lynx that I managed to get past the first two rounds, but I think I had too difficult a handicap in the third one. I don't consider myself to be lucky in that regard. In any case, I think what Lynx did was unnecessary. We could have kept going together if things had been a bit different. Dennis! That guy isn't normal, he will never change. Claire seems to grow reluctant whenever his name comes up. She sighs, thinking about what she should say. Anyone else would have betrayed you in his position. The game was clearly begging for something like that to happen. It was a spark meant to defy the predictable and boring. But that's exactly Dennis' problem. He's too kind. What would usually be a compliment sounds like harsh criticism from the way that Claire puts it. You can't trust him, you know. He always says yes to everything. He's so good-natured. What is he thinking? What makes him act the way he does? He might seem like a perfect friend at first sight, someone you can keep close to you, but you can trust someone like him. In a relationship between two people, no matter which time, there must be a balance where the two parties grow together. A relationship so unbalanced doesn't have any legs to stand on, even if the purity of his facade is real. No one would be able to live with the guilt of their mistakes being contrasted by his altruism. I remain perplexed as I listen to Claire, not because of her strong opinion of this, but because this is the first time I've heard her criticize someone like this. I knew that something had happened between the two of them in the past, but I didn't think I'd heard her ranting about him behind his back. It's not because he's back. He knows perfectly well my opinion of him. Were you reading my mind? I don't know why you're surprised. I've told you many times that you can't keep secrets from me. That's true, or at least I believe her now. Well, after all of this time, Claire has always nailed it when it comes to me. But forget about that. They are just tales of the past. No, even if I try, I can't get angry about it. But no matter what happens, I'm happy because you're here today, so forget everything I've said. See ya. Claire's pure, innocent smile reflects her authenticity. It leaves me thinking that realize that I'm always the one who asks her to open up to me. She's the one that talks about her feelings and opinions without restraint. There are still some times when it's frightening, but it's gotten more and more obvious that her words are always sincere. As a consequence, I feel like I should open up to her as well. Hey Claire, there's something I would do. Indian! Have you seen Ausse? I've been looking for him everywhere. He isn't done swearing when we listen to him. Ziva walks up to me with Lucy in tow, inconsiderately interrupting Claire, and I even follow. She's more interested in playing with her phone than listening to me. Seriously, is today National Interrupt CRN Day and I wasn't informed? I haven't seen him, nor do I care. Since when have you called him by whistling? Is he a dog now or what? No, a dog? I've never treated him like that. Sorry, I meant you're a dog, not a dog. Then yes. Oh. Listen, CR. Can you believe that in the end, the prize goes to the MVP of the game, but only if they belong to the winner school? If I'd known that, then I wouldn't have killed off my teammates. All that effort was totally wasted if my school loses in the end. The MVP. And who decides who gets that title? Me, obviously. Nepotism in its purest form, I see. I'd complain, but I still don't know what the prize is. You really don't know? I thought you were stalling when you asked me during the competition. Not everything I say is a lie. Sometimes my intentions are honest. Mine are too, but I doubt you realize that. The tone of Lucy's last sentence is filled with annoyance. She lowers one of her arms to her hips and swings them back and forth. You're asking what the price is, Indian? The price is what you fought for, the motivations that brought you here, and what you want to show the world and therefore to yourself. What happens today is a canvas on which to paint what you wish to become. It's the challenge that will decide your fate, and a great memory that we'll all share no matter what happens. No, but seriously. Gee, you could have at least gone along with it a little. I want this event to be important and memorable. If you tell me that the price is the power of friendship, I'll believe you. For real? No. I don't know why I even try. In any case, I'll tell you, it was really hard to procure, so you probably won't believe me, but the price is... The PA system... the PA system suddenly activates and sets off an annoying sound that makes everyone around us raise their heads. By the way, I should mark National Interrupt Xenon Day down on a calendar so that I can kill myself before it happens again next year. What are you doing here? A familiar voice resounds from the field. I look at Ziva, wondering if this was another one of her plans. From her face, I deduce that she knows as little as I do. I can't wait any longer, Ausse! A second. Female voice can be heard, although it's more distant than the first. The teacher! Ausse? Don't tell me that he's in the control booth. What's he doing? Although Ziva prepared it so that she's able to use the PA system from the field, everything is connected in the control room. It's still possible to use the microphone to speak from there if you know which buttons to press. Or in this case, not to press, I fear. Tetos, he must be the only person who could get that lost in his own school after having attended it for so long. But who's with him? Think about what you think. I may technically be a graduate already, but you were my teacher not too long ago, even if it was only for a bitch. Ziva and I look at each other with wide, shocked eyes. Obviously, it's a substitute teacher. It's the substitute teacher. Ziva has to explain it to Lucy and Claire since they aren't in our class. Everyone else, including the students that are standing around the field, appear to all be in complete disbelief. I can hear whispers all over the place. Ausse's infamy, especially when it comes to women, and his womanizing ways are pretty well known. Now I think I understand why this teacher would punish him longer than me. I already told you that what happened on your first day here was an act we came up with a joke. I'd feel bad if you misunderstood. Holy cow, I didn't know you could do that with a bra! The temperature in there must be getting pretty hot, or so it seems. Should we intervene for the good of those we suspect are involved in the graduation? Record everything! If you are lucky, it will go viral, and it will be in all of the local newspapers! Get your priorities straight, woman! What are you doing to my hero? Take your hands off of him! A third voice joins the fray, although I can't tell if it's a male or female one this time. Your name, with J that isn't Jennifer from before. I thought it was a misunderstanding. I don't care what you thought, Ausse. What I felt in that moment was real. We're destined to live for one another, and I can prove it to you. Hey! I don't play for that team. Cover the destiny of yours right now. Isn't the situation getting worse by the second? It must be a karma thing. We're watching the fruits of the life you had sowed until you now come to fruition. Alright, the internet is going to explode when we upload this. I will be able to live off this for the rest of my life. No way you're going to make it worse. Why are you resisting, Ausse? Don't you think I'm attractive? Am I not good enough for you compared to all of the other girls you've been with? It's complicated. I don't think this is the right time. Why can't you at least give me your answer, Ausse? Why? What do you need to accept me? Nothing, but you need to put clothes on, and fast! In a special situation like this one, I can't help but look around at all the laughing faces of the nearby people finding humor in Ausse's pretty messed up life. When individuals think, they always end up criticizing the mentality of the masses, and the personalities of the sheep, like they think they are different. But that's not true. Everyone has a moment in their life where they feel unattached. from the masses because what goes through their mind is different from what they actually do in real life. Personality is what's created behind a sheepskin. Everyone pretends to be the same as everyone else in order to join in on the always powerful group mentality. The first rule of survival is that, even on a social level, we all have to live through moments where we're forced into wearing that skin even if we don't want to. The moment someone decides to stand out, when they become special, they are no different than the class clown who decides to take on a ridiculous facade to make everyone laugh. There's no problem in deciding to become a different person. In reaching our ideals, society doesn't reject those individuals. In fact, I'd dare say that they admire them. Who society rejects are liars, at least those who are caught with their hands in the cookie jar anyways. The way class clowns act, the line that divides when people are laughing with you or at you is thin. The class down isn't always a clown fault. It's the same as when one person acts differently in two situations. If their expectations aren't met, they will all repudiate you. If you decide to change yourself each day, you will be attacked. So the issue isn't having the personality, but keeping the personality consistent so that you can assuage the fears that a confused society feels, and as a consequence we also feel. Maybe that's why excuses like parties and alcohol are just convenient ways to free ourselves from our inhibitions. Because if you have nothing... Stop right now! All those dramas about me are false, okay? It's just what people expect of me. But the truth is that I... He said he's a virgin. Can you believe this? Can you believe this? I can. The loudspeakers buzz again with another annoying noise. Anyone recording an aerial video of the school right now would truly believe that we're a flash mob where half the members instead decided to freeze up during the dance. It takes the moment for them to react and start laughing. What kind of show did you put on this time, guys? I heard about you guys acting all kinds of restrictions, but the Lynx will want to come and drink at graduation. I don't know what you planned this, Indian, but good job. Yeah, sure. Good work, I guess. The perk of being a class clown is that if people get used to your jokes and lies, everyone will be expecting from you. And in reality, people don't reject liars or those who stand out so long as that's what they have come to expect from them. Even if it isn't intentional. Well, at least his face is saved, more or less. I'll do it. What are you saying? You said that it's a relay race, right? If the team's good, I may be able to help out somehow. But you'll have to make an effort and interact with other human beings, you know, humans! It's not like I'm going to marry them, I just have to carry a baton. How well I run depends entirely on myself. Okay, now tell me the truth, which bet did you lose? How much money was involved? None. Who do you think I am? Ziva and the other two girls look at me with distrusting eyes. Well, I must admit that this is unusual for me, but I'm ready to go. Isn't the prize discovering what I want to show the world, the challenge that will decide my fate and all of that? Ziva sighs with a smile on her face. Alright, I'll sign you up in Ausse's place. Thank you very much, Indian. Okay, but what was the prize, damn it? The boss returns to her post, takes out her cell phone and resumes her endless array of tasks. Maybe she came over to us for that sort amount of time to get away from her work and recover her energy, or maybe she considered checking up on us, a duty that was assigned to her. In any case, Ziva always seems to be a well-informed and reluctant attitude that she showed me during this past month seems to be gone now. When I turn around, I find Lucy and Claire making obviously uncertain faces. CR, it's not that I want to meddle in your business, but are you going to be alright, you know? Lucy's eyes drift towards my right leg for a second, while Claire remains silent with a solemn look on her face. I remind them that I prefer they not treat me differently or concern themselves because of it. I try to make light of the situation. Okay, whatever. It's not like I care anyways. You know, that my curiosity is more important to me than your opinion. You schmuck. I find your son in his position pretty weird. If I knew this was going to happen, I would have also signed up to make you bite the dust. It's a pity that I won't be able to participate. Lucy folds her arms, complains and leaves. Over time, I've gotten used to her unusual behavior. Even if she doesn't recognize it herself, I know that it's her way of showing concern. She could at least treat everyone, not just like me, like that. Time hasn't helped to reduce the aggression that woman has for me, unfortunately. Lastly, Claire remains in front of me, lost in thought. Noticing that the race is about to start and any second, I try to bid her farewell, casually, but she stops me. Sir! I watch her for a few seconds, unable to figure out what she wants to say. Break a leg! A breeze blows past the two of us. Did I hear that correctly? She said something so insane that I can't help but laugh. Isn't that what they say in show business? Why are you laughing? Watching me laugh is contagious, which causes her to laugh as well. We get to the point that our eyes start to water up. Jesus Christ, Claire, you're crazy, way too crazy. But I guess it's not bad to see the humor in it from time to time, no matter what happens. Claire buries her face under her hat, still giggling. I think I can see her jaw move as if she's saying something, but I'm unable to hear my sound, so I decide to not overthink it. Goodbye, Claire. She brings her hand up to her chest and waves at me. I do the same for her. I know I'm leaving some things unresolved, but somehow I feel like it's unnecessary to tell her in the first place. What is that, I wonder? This may only be rice. However, well, it doesn't matter. What? What? That better not be a goodbye of goodbyes. Like, you know. The race starts. I watch the guys whose names I can only barely remember run with all of their might. Meanwhile, I'm taking this since I'm the third to go. I don't have the pressure of being last, nor the responsibility of being first. It's kind of advantageous. With that in mind, I can focus on running and only running. Here, where everything is taking place, there's a totally different atmosphere. During the survival competition, we were isolated, so I couldn't hear the enthusiastic cheers or screams of the audience in the stands. Come on, it's just another contest at an improvised sports festival. Why is everyone suddenly so passionate anyways? A second runner takes the baton and flies away like a bat straight out of hell. At this pace, our team can win. Now it's my turn to get ready. No one cared when we, the 6 committee idiots, wasted our time trying to organize all of this. I'm not actually complaining. Our work went towards making it so that everyone could enjoy the event. It could be interpreted as our way of showing appreciation for the moments these people had given us, despite their intentions. Is that all? Can I make up an excuse like that and be okay with it? Just because something's convenient doesn't mean that it is true. In fact, it's usually the opposite. With so many people surrounding me, both friends and foes, acquaintances and strangers, people I'll never meet again, and authoritarian figures that affect my future, what do I know about what I stand to lose or gain from all of this? That's the real reason I decided to participate. Running is a solitary activity, separate from the outside world. It's something I have to do myself, several minutes where the entire universe as I know it will cease to exist. I prepare myself and I see my teammate approach me. I start running. I feel the cylindrical object between my fingers and grasp it. The second its previous holder presses it, there is nothing else. It's the track and baton and I start with considerable advantage, putting me in the lead. I try to maintain it as long as possible. My performance is surreal considering my body type, but not good enough to handle the threat that begins to encroach upon me. An unknown man catches up to me. His hectic but incessant breathing is all the proof I need to know that he's serious about this. It will only be a matter of seconds before he overtakes me. That doesn't affect my pace or efforts. At no point do I have my intention of confronting him. Running is a fight against oneself. It doesn't matter who you're against or why we're doing it. In the end, your mind is the only obstacle that stands between you and the finish line. That's true. If your legs are carrying 3 times their normal weight as you run, your mind confronts that pressure, its influence increasing exponentially for every second that you decide not to give up. The reasons each person has to justify their overextension changes between each situation and person. Still, all it requires is the determination to surpass your limits. True. What other reason do I have to strain my lungs? What other reason do I have to cover myself in sweat? What about the terrible stench coming from my armpits? The pain jolting through my legs with each step? I look at my surroundings and see observers in the stands cheering for their friends. The inexperienced MCs talk excitedly about the battle we're having on this track. Everything is like an imitation of tournament of sports or sports festival. It feels fictional, engineered towards stories of friendship and history. That thrill is passed along from one to another. It creates these types of unnecessary memories that function as the motivation for the race we all have with our lives. We need society to understand us. It's a retroactive relationship where we choose our identity as we search out our purpose in society, even when our very purpose is the lack of one. The charm in human relationship lies within how we forge them solely for our own gain. It's an interest that's redefined in our egos, and as necessary as the blood within us. Once we choose our rule and decide what our aspirations are, we blame the rest of the world when it doesn't grant us our dreams. We become victims of ill-defined terms like culture, nation, or even humanity, so that we don't have to accept responsibility for our actions. But there is nothing wrong with that either. It means that we are truly free after all. Free to understand and misunderstand. Free to offend and be offended. Free to deceive and be deceived. Free to run and stand still. Free to be selfish. It's precisely because everyone is looking for their own path that each relationship is genuine in its own way. We usually just tend to look at it from the wrong angle. That's why everyone tries to create their own space, their own reflection in society, where their freedom is the norm, ignoring what preceded it and what's around them. We sacrifice that very freedom to create a place that's somewhere between reality and fiction, a festival that imitates those indemonstrable ideals, making the impossible possible, a perfect world, a utopia, and utopia. A perfect world, a utopia, a fairy tale. But fairy tales don't really exist, nor was this event created for noble reasons. Entirely innocent relationships and ideas beyond belief cannot exist in our world. Only in our lives can we find common ground. We paint our own lives as we wish, and those around us we paint with bright pink colors. Or red, if you're conscious of everything, if you can see through all of your actions and become the biggest liar of them all. The pace of my strides slowed down. Faster, faster, faster! With each step I managed to close the distance between us. With each step I filter out the fatigue and battle weaknesses inside me. We're nose to nose now. My strength is superior and my determination has no limit. I can feel it extending throughout my skin and hands, and somehow I managed to pass the baton on. I passed the object and watched the last member of my team run. He's the star. Everyone's cheering for him, as they should be. A switch goes off in my head and I start cheering too. I know that we can win. No, that we will win. He crosses the finish line. It's our victory. There are people jumping up and down and hugging. The rest of the crowd and our friends come to join us. This is only the beginning. There are still more hurdles to pass and times to have fun. More trials where we will relive these feelings. Winning against all odds, enjoying our wrath, creating bonds that will last forever and ever. What does it matter if I don't know what the prize is? That has never mattered to me. I've already won by being here. Sorry, that was actually a lie. I hear a metallic sound near my right leg. It stops me from running as I stumble and limp, unsure what's going on. I look towards my feet. There are small metal links that create a chain, and the contraption is bound around my right ankle by a shackle. Where the chain reaches, I don't know. It's so long that it seems to be lost in the crowd. Apparently no one else realizes it's there. I try to take another step, but the chain keeps pulling against my foot. I try again and full strength, but it's no use. All that gives in are my bones, creaking as they try to escape from their joints. I fall on the ground and listen to the sound of the other runners passing me, leaving me behind. My vision dulls. I can't tell if I'm going in the right direction. Even after that, I still try to move my body, even if only causes my leg to break. I can't do anything. Can't win. Can't see. The light is gone and darkness descends upon me. My name echoes like a hammer that's tapping against my head. The voices don't stop calling me. Everyone's asking what's going on, how I am, what's going to happen. I can't answer to any of them. I can't even move. If I could answer them, there is one sentence I wouldn't be able to stop repeating. I lost. Crap. I blink. My first thought is that I'm at home in my bed, waking up like any other morning. And that's definitely not a home room. I would rather say it's a hospital. I hear a whisper through the wall and voices discussing something incomprehensible. Next to me, there's a girl sitting. No, this is my room. This is the nurse's office. Okay. Good morning, sir. Good afternoon. Might be more accurate right now. In seconds, everything comes rushing back to me. My initial reaction is to bring my hands to my face and rub my eyes. Claire suggests that I should go back to sleep, but I shake my head and sit up. It's best that I get a hold of the situation as soon as possible. What a mess I made, huh? She nods with a calm demeanor that somehow gives me a peace of mind. Everyone's really worried about you, so at first everything was a bit chaotic. Still, everything went smoothly thanks to Denise and Ausse. They're holding down the fort. The other two ladies, however. Claire points behind her with her thumb, in the direction of the door. Straining my ears, I'm able to distinguish the unceasing alarmed whispers coming from behind the wall. You're leaving already? Don't you think we should do something first? You heard what the doc said, and I can't leave the event unattended like this for any longer. But it doesn't make any sense. Do you know something I don't? I'm not the one who should answer that. They are becoming well now, but you should have seen how they were earlier. At least they had the sense to leave the room so they wouldn't bother you. I guess I have to go give them an explanation. What you should do is sleep, see, the rest can wait. Claire stands up, trying to make the least noise possible. We'll all get angry if you go and do something that you'll regret later. Knowing that you're better is all I need to know. Don't be such a rush and go to sleep. She says goodbye, but doesn't leave until she takes one last long look at me. Even though I can sense that she's in a good mood from seeing me doing so well, I am unable to bring myself to meet her gaze. I sigh tired, thinking about how I should handle the situation from this point forward. Although the door slowly closes as Claire leaves, it impetuously opens again and Lucy flies inside. Awake! Hi, Lucy, I'm sorry for... Hey. Her first reaction upon seeing me is to pull the sheets off of my bed, and all of a sudden, she takes off her shoes and jumps on the other side of the bed, falling on her knees, then grabs my ankle and lifts my right pant leg up to my knee. What? Unstartled and react late. My first reaction is to protect my private parts. She brings her face up to mine with a serious expression on it. What is this? A leg, partially connected to the waist. This is probably the worst choke attempt I've made in my entire life. Of course, it doesn't work. How do you get this scar? And why did you lose consciousness before? Oh, the scar is real. It's just that the smoke doesn't always lead you to the fire, if you know what I mean. Lucy frowns as she tries to figure out the meaning of behind my words. She frees my leg and folds her arms, awaiting a better explanation. My leg is healed, Lucy. It's no different than yours or anyone else's. That's what I don't understand. When they examined you, they said there weren't any problems with your leg, that it was just a scar. Then what happened out there? You fell unconscious for no reason. Do you expect me to believe that? Somatic symptom disorder. What? It's not my leg that has any issues, it's my mind. Somatic symptom disorder is a mental condition in which you feel the same pain you would have from a physical wound, but without the physical wound actually existing at all. For example, it's similar to a phantom pregnancy or mass hysteria. Those afflicted by them have symptoms, but they aren't actually experiencing what they believe. Of course, I'm not waiting for an imaginary baby, nor do I think I have cancer just because people won't stop talking about it on TV. I feel the same pain I would if my leg had been crushed and demolished under a huge force of wave. Imagine feeling that pain every day, every hour, every second for the past 7 years. My mental condition determines how much it hurts at any given moment. In that sense, I can do the same physical activities as anyone else, but it hurts as if I'm in hell itself. Lucy's jaw is on the ground as she listens to me, unable to react in any other way. She looks away and I hear her whisper quietly. 7 years ago, that was the library incident. I nod without offering her any further explanation. I can almost hear the clockworks move in Lucy's brain now that she knows about my condition. One after another, she starts asking me tons of questions to confirm her suspicion. That explains why you could play basketball and survive them fine. It depends on what you're thinking, doesn't it? Yeah, more or less. And you don't like talking about it because you remember that it isn't a real injury, but something that's completely in your mind. my personal experiences have taught me that people don't accept others who are considered crazy, you know? It's easier to not give explanations and endure it. You run away sometimes because it's hard for you to talk about your condition. Like a dare kite and after what happened in the pool on your birthday. Lucy blushes as she remembers that day and immediately changes the subject. There's no treatment for it. I mean, well, you must have tried everything by now. There are painkillers, but you know, you grow to be dependent on them, so it's best not to rely too much on those. Not long ago, I switched to a more natural alternative, but I guess it wasn't enough for what I have. A cringe-worthy laugh accompanies my last sentence, but disappears several seconds later, while I scratch my neck embarrassedly. I can't handle Lucy's eyes being so fixated on me, from the other side of the bed. This has happened with everyone. It's normal to be polite to someone who suffered an accident and tried not to reopen their old wounds. But how do you act around someone whose wounds are all inside their mind? What can you say to someone whose pain is buried deep inside of their psyche? Everyone starts treating you differently unconsciously. Their good intentions end up destroying what actually makes humans interesting as individuals. I don't want to live a life where everyone has to worry about every word they say as they try not to hurt me. Without freedom, the key is to be themselves. And what can I do about it? All I've ever done was complain about the people who were only trying to help me. That's all? Lucy, however, is like no one else in this entire world. Aren't we all a bit crazy in our own ways? The bed squeaks when Lucy stands on the bed, frightfully putting her hands on her waist. I have my own insecurities. I don't want people labeling me by a decision I made without being positive, and that it was the right choice. But it didn't stop you from offering to show me your secret base. There I drew until I was finally able to make a decision, and you know what? I'm still not sure what I want to do. But doesn't matter. Some will support me and others won't. Some will complain and others will say that I'm reckless. Everyone might be right in their own way, but that's exactly what makes it interesting. Each person decides who they want to be and how to live their life. For better or worse, it's okay to be an idiot from time to time. Since you told me your issue, I've told you mine. Feeling any better now, yet? As I've said before, two people can become true friends until they share something they're embarrassed about. From my point of view, Lucy looks tall, large, unreachable. Between the side of her legs and the large presence surrounding her, I'm breathless. It's as if the entire world belongs to her. I give up. All I can do is let myself fall on pillow. You change your definition of friendship whenever it suits you, don't you? She laughs. Lucy returns to the floor with a jump. She puts her shoes back on and places a finger on her chin as she thinks. Alright, you know what? No, she would be my choice. She would be my choice. Really. After all. Again. Now that I think about it, this illness of yours explains why you're always so grumpy with everyone. No, wait. The smart blood just flows within you. Why did you dismiss that possibility so fast? In any case, what do you want to do? Want to go back out there? They're all busy with work right now, so I guess I should go out and give them a hand. No, not yet. I would prefer not to overdo it. You just don't want to put in any effort. Tell me something I don't know. Although we share a moment of mutual understanding, it's followed by total silence. We begin speaking at the same time, unsure what to say. It makes us smile even for its cringeworthy. Setting aside our reservations, we finally say goodbye. See you later, alright? At graduation. Yeah, sure. Lucy looks at me from the other side of the room and waves vigorously. It's a totally positive reaction, the opposite of how she was when she got here. Tired, I pick up the sheets that Lucy hadn't even bothered to give me back. After shaking the dirt off, I lay down on the bed again and sigh. I try to close my eyes, but no matter how tired I am, it's impossible. It's half because of the noise coming from outside, half because I feel like I'm missing something. I move my gaze to the small table beside me. There lies my ever-loyal notebook with a pen sitting on it. I pick it up, rest my back against the headboard, open the book to a new page and start writing. My hand moves naturally, as if it's moving of its own accord. Meanwhile, little by little I feel more and more drowsy until finally my eyelids drift closed. What should I do now? Can I really fall asleep at a time like this? I've already fulfilled my obligations and finished my studies and tests. Maybe everything that happened was building up, and that's why I need to sleep right now. Or rather, it's because of everything I've written until now. The story's been going on for too long. You're finally awake! Yes, I'm awake, and let's talk in the next episode, because I actually have to go out now for a moment, so yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next one. Bye bye!